Hi everyone, my name's Emily, and today's video is a gentle sequence to stretch your hip flexors and your quads. So we're going to really open up through the front of the thighs. You're going to need a strap. So if you don't have a strap like this, you can use a belt or a scarf. And just make sure you make a loop just like this with whatever you're using, about this size. You can also take 2 blocks if you have them, or you can use 2 big books if you don't have blocks. So before we get started, don't forget to subscribe to my channel if you haven't already, and we're going to meet lying on our back. So just relax onto your back, keep your knees bent, and bring the soles of your feet to the mat. And then reach down and see if you can touch the backs of the heels. So just skimming the backs of the heels with your longest finger just to set up your legs at the right distance. Feet are hip width apart, and your palms can press into the mat. We're going to start with a few pelvic lifts, so make sure you just keep your gaze up towards the ceiling. Press your feet into the mat, take an inhale, and slowly lift the hips up. On your exhale, slowly roll back down. We're going to do this 2 more times. Inhale to lift up. Exhale, lower down. Inhale, lift up. Exhale, lower. Bring your lower back all the way to the mat. Bend your knees in towards your chest, maybe a gentle rock side to side. And then we're going to slowly roll all the way over to come onto our bellies. So you can bring your right ear to the mat and bring your right hand just underneath your head, just to give it some support. And then you can bend the left leg and reach back with your left hand for that left foot. So beginning to press both hips evenly into the mat and nice and slowly drawing your left foot in towards you. So keeping it nice and gentle, not going too far here. Take a few easy breaths. And then slowly release it back down. We're going to switch sides, so bring your left hand just underneath your head, looking towards the right. Bending your right leg, reaching back with your right hand for that foot. Pressing both hips into the mat, and then exhale, draw that foot in towards you. Let's take a few breaths, feeling a nice opening through your right quad. Okay, and then just slowly release. We're going to make our way to a tabletop position and then coming right into your downward dog. So curling the toes, send the hips up and back, really lengthening through the spine, relaxing your head, and then start to pedal out the heels here. So just nice and slowly reaching each heel towards the mat. And then we're going to begin to draw that right foot all the way to the top of the mat, coming into a runner's lunge, keeping your fingertips on the mat, really lengthening through that back leg. You can always bring your hands to your blocks. And then we're just going to shift our weight forward and back. So just doing this a few times, loosening up through the hips and the hip flexor. And then we're going to slowly lower that back knee, finding a low lunge here. So really draw that right hip back so it's in line with the left. You're going to begin to feel a nice stretch along that left hip flexor. So just breathe into the stretch. And then slowly, you're welcome to stay right here if you're happy here. If you want to take it a little deeper, begin to walk your right foot towards the right edge of the mat. Bring your right hand to the inside of the right leg. And then sink down a little more. Then from here, we can keep your left hand on the mat, maybe bring your right hand to your right thigh, peeling your heart open to the right. And then we're going to slowly start to bend that left leg. So bringing your left foot up, maybe you can reach your right hand back for your left foot. Or maybe you need to use your strap. So you can use that strap and bring that little loop around your foot, bringing the strap around your right shoulder. So you may want to even bring 2 blocks underneath your hand. Take a moment to set this up here. And so now you can control how much bend you have in that back leg. You might not need too much of a bend. Just find a comfortable spot. Take a few breaths. And slowly release. Nice and slow, you're gonna feel it was a big stretch. Okay. And then take that strap off your foot and make your way back to your downward dog. Just gonna walk our hands back towards our feet, coming into a forward fold. Keeping your knees nice and bent as you just relax your upper body. And then walking your hands back, finding your downward dog. And then we're going to send that left leg forward. Take a moment to come into your runner's lunge here. Keeping your back leg long and strong. And then shifting your weight forward and back. Just really easing into the stretch here. And then slowly lower that right knee to the mat. Take your blocks underneath your hands if you like. Really sending that left hip back, right hip forward. Take a moment just to breathe into that stretch. Then from here, you're welcome just to stay right there, or you can begin to walk your left foot to the left edge of the mat, opening up through the hip. And then coming into this at your own pace. So you might want to take it a little slower, or maybe you feel ready to bring your left hand towards your left thigh. Maybe bending that back leg, reaching for it with your hand, or taking your strap and wrapping it around that back foot. Just make sure your front ankle is just below your knee. And then come into your version of this pose. So it doesn't matter if it doesn't look like mine, every body is built differently. Just take your time here. And then we'll slowly lower that foot back down, bringing your left foot back to meet the right. Just getting rid of the strap, bringing it off to the side. And we're just going to bring our knees together and fold over our knees, finding a restorative child's pose. You can always bring a block underneath your head if that's more comfortable. Allowing your arms to be nice and heavy. Take 3 deep breaths, letting go of the practice. Thank you so much for joining me today. I hope you enjoyed this video. If you did, don't forget to give it a comment and a thumbs up, and I hope to see you next time. Namaste.